Impressions. The seductive folds of the sleeping bag, the hiss of the primus and the fragrant steam of the cooker issuing from the tent ventilator, the small green tent, the great white road, the driving cloud of powdered snow, the crunch of footsteps which break the surface crust. Key to the project of Antarctic exploration was the collection, creation, and collation of documentation. Coming from the Victorian age of empire, where empire building was just as much about having the facts of the land as it was about owning it. The Victorians believed highly in the creation and knowing of the world through its facts and figures, all in service of creating a more homogeneous, more known empire, an empire of facts and figures, an archival empire. A paper empire propped up and made real through the amount of data they had on every corner of it. If we have it written down, we know about it, and if we know about it, we can own it. With Antarctica still seen as a terra nullis, this became an even more pressing interest. While Antarctica was a known continent, its innards hadn't been fully discovered, hadn't been fully mapped. There were still hopes of large mineral and oil deposits, hidden lost societies living in an Eden-esque environment in the middle of the continent. Antarctica then was still more of a symbol, a metaphor for icy desolation. Much of Scott's expedition was framed, Race to the Polar Side, a scientific endeavour, collecting data, weather patterns, fossil fragments, trying to prove alternate theories of evolution through penguins' eggs. These expeditions were as much about exploring space as they were vehicles for creating documentation. The diaries, official accounts, drawings, and photographs kept and created by the men who went, then became Antarctica. They were given free rein to arrange and present the continent and themselves as desired, posing themselves as valiant explorers or scientists, men just doing a job, lions versus donkeys. What they chose to record became reality. Fantasy of the Imperial Archive. The state can really have everything recorded, and so know everything. So by knowing everything, all can be concordant. The system of an archive dictates what is and isn't of note, what perspectives are visible, and how important they are. If it's archived, it becomes important because it's been saved. It's important because it's there and can be referred back to. The system of an archive dictates what is and isn't of note, what perspectives are visible, and how important they are. If it's archived, it becomes important because it's been saved. It's important because it's there and can be referred back to. State archive, state importance. It's been said that the basic layout of Scott's last expedition follows the structure of a high tragedy, starting off with a perilous high-stakes journey, then a time of preparation, getting ready for the long walk, then finally the climax and the resolution of the quest, marching to the pole, focus gradually narrowing until it ends in one man in a tent, writing, trying to set in stone what he wants the lesson to be. If you're writing your diary with aims to publish, you've already an ending in mind. When you've committed yourself to the archive, you're already doomed. As in archive fever, every memory is then meant to be recorded rather than experienced, and if it's not recorded, then it must not have been important. The archive creates not just the past, but the future too. If you're utilizing the state archive, but disagree with the actions of the state, where do you stand? The idea of an archive is, even now, itself utopian, the concept of a space that can save the past and all its knowledge. The archive can't be utterly redefined, but it can be moved through laterally. The move might be to enter the archive parasitically, redefining what's important, reinterpreting and rediscovering what slipped through, altering the angle of perception. The archive can be made to work for you. Impressions. The wind-blown furrows, the blue arch beneath the smoky cloud, the gentle flutter of her canvas shelter, its deep booming sound under the full force of a blizzard. The drift snow like finest flour penetrating every hole and corner, flickering up beneath one's head, covering, pricking sharply as a sandblast. The eternal silence of the great white desert. Cloudy columns of snowdrift advancing from the south, pale yellow wraiths, heralding the coming storm, blotting out one by one the sharp-cut lines of the land. The vast silence broken only by the mellow sounds of the marching columns.